Y'all know me, I'm still in the bunker, still breaking down football, this time college football. Particularly, we're going to talk about the top 10, but before I get all the way into the new AP top 10, I need to make a point about the LSU Tigers. I don't know why everybody's so in love with this football team. They're fraudulent. I keep telling you that. This is the same football team we saw with Les Miles. All they're going to do is try to run the football and play defense. There's no great offensive passing game with this football team. And if you don't believe me, go look at the numbers. Joe Burrow, their quarterback, 48% of his passes completed so far in the 2018 season. That, to me, is not a quality passing game. Now, moving on to the rest of the top 10. Let's do the math on some things right here. Because let me tell you something. Whether it's Clemson, whether it's Florida State, whether it's Alabama at the top, Georgia at the top, we got a lot to talk about with this top 10. Let's do the math. Alabama, we didn't figure out the quarterback issue. There's nothing to talk about there. Tua Tagovailoa is the guy. But let me tell you something about Alabama. This is the most diversified, skillful set of guys on the perimeter that Alabama has had in the Nick Saban era. Look out for this football team. I think they're legit. Georgia, that's the most explosive team in college football right now. Offensively, defensively, special teams, they can hit you with a big play as well. Ohio State looked really good against a good TCU football team. They get Urban Meyer back this week for Tulane, and then obviously going through the rest of the season, big showdown with Penn State next Saturday night on the 29th. In Happy Valley. That's going to be a whiteout game. That'll be an interesting one to watch. The thing that surprised me about college football so far, Kyler Murray in Oklahoma, I think offensively he's about as dynamic as most people didn't expect him to be. He's been ridiculously good in the passing game, which is the ironic part about it. They've got some issues in the running game. A couple of running backs hurt. They got to figure that out. And then finally, let's bring it back locally. The Clemson Tigers. Listen, all I got to say is this. We know the defensive line is ridiculous. We know they got a solid secondary. Linebackers are good enough. My issue is this football team on offense. You need to pick a quarterback. And I know Kelly Bryant's nursing an injury right now, but the main reason why I say this is if Lawrence is your quarterback, you become a vertical passing team with a straight line running game. If that's the case, you're not as dynamic offensively as you've been in years past. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but think about the success Clemson's had over the last 10 years. Do you change who you've been even after all the success you've had? I say no. That's why I think Kelly Bryant should remain the starter, win healthy, and lead this team potentially back to the playoff. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to for Clemson is a running game that's consistent with Feaster and Etienne in the backfield and Kelly Bryant involved with that. And again, let this defense take you all the way to a championship if that is the medal that you have. Fellas on the set, what y'all think?